Berlin Brandenburg Airport, BER, was supposed to be a symbol, a fresh start for the unified German capital, a sleek, modern gateway to Europe's biggest economy. But what the world got was something very different. A construction fiasco, a punchline in the aviation world, a 7 billion euros national embarrassment. And yet, in a stunning twist, that same airport is now being called one of the most innovative in Europe, powered by AI, optimized by real-time data, winning international awards for its cutting-edge transformation. This is the story of how BER went from laughingstock to global tech success. It all started in the early 1990s, after the reunification of East and West Germany. Berlin was back as the nation's capital, but it had a problem. 3 separate airports, Tegel, Tempelhof, and Schönefeld. The plan was bold. One single central airport, modern, spacious, efficient. Construction on Berlin Brandenburg Airport began in 2006. The original opening date? October 2011. The public was excited. Politicians promised world-class architecture, flawless logistics, and an airport that would rival Munich, Frankfurt, and Amsterdam. But the dream quickly began to unravel. Behind the shiny renderings and optimistic press conferences, trouble was brewing. Design changes were constant, safety codes were ignored, construction was rushed to meet political deadlines, and no one was fully in charge. By 2012, just weeks before the scheduled opening, a devastating inspection revealed a long list of failures. The fire protection system was completely non-functional. Smoke extractors didn't work. Emergency exits were mislabeled. Entire terminals had to be redesigned. Wiring had been installed incorrectly. Even the monitors displaying flight information were overheating. Every delay uncovered new flaws. By 2013, the airport had missed multiple opening dates. By 2014, it became clear this wasn't just mismanagement, it was structural chaos. In total, the airport would miss 6 official opening dates. The media had a field day. Local newspapers called it the most embarrassing construction site in Europe. International headlines labeled it a ghost airport. Tourists began to show up, not to catch flights, but to take selfies outside an airport that never opened. A modern ruin before it even welcomed its first passenger. Politicians resigned, lawsuits were filed. And with each passing year, the cost ballooned. First 2 billion euros, then 4 billion euros. Eventually over 7 billion euros. What should have been a triumph of German engineering had become a cautionary tale. In October 2020, 9 years late, BER finally opened its doors. But even the long-awaited debut was bittersweet. The COVID-19 pandemic had brought global travel to a standstill. The grand opening ceremony was scaled down. No cheering crowds, no ribbon-cutting spectacle, just a quiet, almost symbolic moment as the first flight touched down. For most airports, opening day marks the beginning. For BER, it was the end of a nightmare and the start of a new mission, redemption. After years of bad press, public anger, and political fallout, something began to change at BER. New leadership was brought in, focused not just on repair, but reinvention. If BER couldn't be the first to finish, it would be the first to transform. It would become Europe's most tech-forward airport. This wasn't about public image, it was about survival. To attract airlines, passengers, and business, BER needed to offer something no one else could: efficiency through technology. In 2023, BER became the first airport in Germany to fully deploy a digital turnaround system, powered by artificial intelligence. Turnaround time, the minutes between a plane landing and taking off again, is one of the most critical parts of airport operations. Traditionally, it's chaotic. Dozens of people, multiple companies, fueling, baggage, cleaning, security, boarding. Delays at any step, missed departure. With AI, that changed. Cameras mounted across the terminal track every movement on the apron in real time. The system uses machine learning to predict delays, detect anomalies, and send alerts before problems escalate. If a cleaning crew is late, if a fuel truck hasn't arrived, if a gate is assigned to the wrong aircraft, the AI system flags it. Staff respond. Flights stay on schedule. It started at just 16 gates. Now it's active at nearly 50. Punctuality has improved. Turnarounds are faster. Airlines like Lufthansa and EasyJet have praised the system for transparency and precision. The aviation industry took notice. In 2023, BER won the Airport Innovation Award at the Future Travel Experience Global in Dublin. Metric gates and seamless passenger services. Suddenly, Berlin's airport was no longer being mocked. It was being studied. One of the most common passenger complaints at any airport? Lost luggage, late baggage, wrong baggage, endless waiting at the carousel. At BER, AI changed that too. New systems were implemented to predict baggage flow, optimize routing, and identify bottlenecks. Previously, only 80% of bags were delivered within 30 minutes of landing. By late 2024, that number had jumped to 95%. That means faster reunions, fewer complaints, and far less chaos in the baggage hall. In 2025, BER launched a new initiative, BER Agent, an AI-powered customer service hotline. It understands natural speech, responds in multiple languages, and solves 85% of passenger queries without human intervention. From flight info and baggage issues to directions and real-time airport updates, the AI agent provides support 24/7. Calls that used to take 20 minutes now take less than 2. The system doesn't just answer questions, it learns from them. With every interaction, it gets smarter, faster, more accurate. BER's transformation is still in motion. Biometric check-ins and facial recognition gates are expanding across terminals. AI-driven predictive maintenance systems are being tested to reduce equipment failures. Drone inspections for runway damage are in development. The goal? A fully self-monitoring, AI-augmented airport. One that's not just efficient, but adaptable. What can we learn from BER? That even the biggest failures can become the best platforms for change. That embarrassment can spark urgency. That reputation can be rebuilt, if you're willing to do the hard work. BER's story is not about perfection. It's about persistence and the belief that technology can turn a punchline into a pioneer. Today, Berlin Brandenburg Airport stands as a symbol once more, not of failure, but of reinvention. A place where lessons were learned, innovations were embraced, and where artificial intelligence has helped write one of aviation's most unlikely comeback stories. From national joke to global innovator. This is BER,